On the dividend news, it is now official that 3M will be removed from the Dividend Aristocrat Index as of June 3rd. We did get BDL, which hiked its dividend by 11.1% to 50 cents. And the second to last one we do have here, guys, is LYB, which actually hiked its dividend by 7.2%. And the last one we do have, guys, is ALRS, ticker symbol, did hike its dividend by 5.3%. This is 18 consecutive years of dividend growth. The current dividend yield is a 4.2%. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here bringing you episode 241 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, what dividends came in, which dividend companies I bought, actually, if I placed any options, if I had to manage any, and how much we grew the dividend snowball. But in this video, guys, we will be going over 6 dividend companies that are expected to announce dividend raises in the month of June. I do have them sorted from the least, the 5-year double-digit CAGR at the least amount to the highest amount. So definitely stick around. That'll be definitely exciting to see these 6 great companies that do announce, a dividend hike for doing absolutely nothing, just being a shareholder. But you guys already know, every single Sunday we come back, guys, we kick off these scripts I do have available for free. We are trying to project to make a monthly dividend income. Our portfolio, we're trying to make our active income convert into passive income. Right now, our portfolio passively is generating us about $352.95. We have to do absolutely nothing for this. This is very, very awesome. We're trying to get to $425 per month on average in passive income. We'll see if we get to it by the end of the year. We're continue to reinvest the dividends, continue to invest into the portfolio every single week, continuing to add even more money during the ex-dividend dates, and using options to try to accumulate more shares of these great companies. But anyways, you'll see here, guys, on the annual dividends, we actually are very close to the end of May, or we are at the end of May, and I actually I'm behind by 2 months. I owe you guys 2 videos. I know I've been promising you these past 2 weeks, but I've been busy, and I hope that I can release out 2 videos for how much we made for the dividends for these past 2 months. But so far we've collected $2,261.96 in dividends, completely passive, guys. Very, very awesome. We've already surpassed 2019, and we're very close to 2020. So in the full 12 months here, if we do look at quarterly dividends, we're actually working on Q2, which I need to add that information. Options premium, we actually didn't make anything for May, which we just are going to be taking opportunities. It's just an extra cherry on top that we collect. If we collect some money, that's great. If not, that's okay as well, because we still collect dividends on top. But on the rate of return from options, we have collected 3.52%. That is on top of our dividends and on top of our capital appreciation, which is really, really awesome. If we do look at the options in general, you'll see that we've collected $4,305.61 in the past 5 months. And then if I do show you guys the money invested, which is what we continue to keep our goals, we have goals for 2024 so that we can stay focused, stay disciplined, and try to make sure that we aim higher every single year. The first one is more related to my channel, so if you're a new viewer or returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with that notification. Completely free. And if you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up on the video. It helps a lot on the channel, and I definitely appreciate it. But goal number 2, that is to get to $425 per month on average in collecting passive income. We're on our way. We're slowly chipping away at it. We'll see if we can get to it by the end of the year. We have about maybe 6 more months to go. And then goal number 3 is to reach $126,000 invested amount of money. Right now we are at $122,351.84. So we are slowly adding to it every single week that goes by. We're actually coming a long way, so we'll see where we end up in 6 more months. And then goal number 4 is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio, no matter what the portfolio, what the market's doing. And you know, we're dollar cost averaging. I think in the long term it's going to pay off. Our future selves will thank us. And then goal number 5 is to drip an additional $25. This is if our company was to go ex-dividend date, we will buy an additional $25 worth of it. This is so we can meet the ex-dividend date, and then we can collect a little bit more crumbs into the portfolio, and that the following quarter it compounds a little bit more. It also forces us to add more or contribute more into the portfolio. And goal number 6 is to generate about $100 per month selling options. We are definitely way above that right now. And goal number 7 is to reach 1,000 shares of SHD. We're slowly chipping away at this one. I think we'll definitely achieve it. We hopefully do. We also have some cash secured put strategies that would achieve us, you know, get this goal there. So we'll see what happens with that. If I do show you guys here the dividend payout, you'll see that we actually have a couple companies that announced dividends in my portfolio. We'll kick this off later in the video, but right now we do have a couple companies that were going to ex-dividend date. So I did purchase some this past week, and then we'll be getting paid quite a bit in the month of June. So definitely looking forward to it. And if we go ahead and jump over here, guys, we can go ahead and get started with the portfolio update. So as you'll see here, guys, the portfolio is at $248,117.27. On the day change is about $1,769.77, about 0.72% in the day change in the green. But on the 1 month change, we are at $13,526.92, 5.77%. We're slowly to the $250,000 portfolio value. We'll hopefully get to that very, very soon and achieve that. We'll see how long that takes. If I do show you guys here the positions, though, we are up in the green on capital gains by $28,496.86, which is about 13.04%. Which actually on our uninvested cash, we have about a $1,042.75 ready to buy more shares of these great companies. As you'll see, we've been accumulating some of these great companies, and I'm going to continue doing that as well. Nvidia will be splitting, so we should probably get about 10 shares, I believe, is what we'll be getting. And then you'll see SHD, guys, we're at 824 shares. We have to get to 1,000. We are going to hopefully get to that. We also do have $18,000 invested into SNSXX, which is earning us at little to no risk, 5% return, while we can actually sell some naked puts and use this collateral to cover our positions if we do, you know, actually get assigned. So I am actually planning to do that very, very soon again, start selling some cash secured puts again. If I do show you guys here the performance, we are at $44,025.75 in gains. We have just been seeing this portfolio continue to grow up and grow, and we've been dollar cost averaging, guys, ever since then, this big dip, and it's actually been paying off. And as you'll see, that's a 21.86%. And then if we do look at the investment income, portfolio is projected to make about $4,501.52 in the next 12 months in dividends, completely passive. That's about $375.13 on an average per month. July is going to be a very, very weak dividend payment, which is going to be about $77.61. We have August, $182, and then September, a juicy $865.75. And then if we do look at history, guys, I do have it to show from the last 7 days. If we do look, you'll see that on the 28th of May, we actually bought $25 worth of Lockheed Martin, buying us about 0.05 shares. They were going to go ex-dividend date. Same thing for Nvidia on the 28th. I bought $25 worth of it because they are going to go ex-dividend date. Remember, we have that one goal, and we're trying to stay, you know, disciplined, trying to accomplish all our goals. And if we do look on the 29th, you'll see that we actually bought $100 worth of Google. Google did trade down a little bit. Bought about almost half a share. We also did buy MasterCard, so we bought $100 worth of Microsoft, not Microsoft, MasterCard, I'm sorry, keep thinking of Microsoft, but we bought about 0.22 shares at about $443 a share. We also bought Meta, so we bought another $100 worth of Meta, about $477, bought about 0.20 shares. And then guys, on the 29th, remember we have that goal to get to 1,000 shares. I wanted about one full share of SCHD, about $76.75 is what we spent. And then on the 29th, 30th, I did deposit $150, $100 to dollar cost average because we have that one goal, and then $25 times 2 because 2 companies were going ex-dividend date, so that was where we got the $50. And you'll see that on interest we did actually get 88 cents. Wow, very awesome, such a lot. And you'll see on the 31st here guys, on the buy, we actually bought $100 worth of Microsoft, about 0.24 shares. I also bought that same day another $100 of Microsoft, and actually it was about half a share is what we purchased, so I'm very happy with that. Long term it'll be worth it. And you'll see that if we do have this calculate dividends, it adds up all the dividends for us what we collected this past week. So let's go ahead and click on it, see if we collected anything. We actually didn't. That interest of 88 cents does not get picked up by this, but that's okay. Anyways, we have a couple other days where we will collect some juicy dividends, especially when that CHD does pay out. But let's go ahead and jump over to the 6 companies guys that are expected to announce dividend raises. And let's go ahead and start with the first one, which is ticker symbol O, Realty Income Corporation, currently trading about $53.06 a share. I am using Seeking Alpha, so if you guys are interested, you can check them out. They are in the real estate sector. Dividend yield is a 5.94% on the dividend yield. Annual payout is $3.15. Payout ratio is 73.56%. 5-year CAGR very low, 3.55%. Dividend growth showing 26 years. They do pay out monthly. They'll pay you out 26 cents. And if we do look at the dividend history, I can kind of show you guys from previous history. You'll see that typically they actually announce, if we do look at 2023, and we look at here, you'll see that they're paying $2,555, and then the previous month $2,550. If we look to the right, you'll see that typically that does get announced on June 13th. 2023 is when they announced it then. So probably towards the second week of June is when we should see a raise if they do plan to announce one. I know that I believe the previous quarter for this year, they did announce, they did announce a raise, so maybe they might not raise it, but I went ahead and included it just in case. We'll see what happens guys. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is the second one, and that is ticker symbol CAT, Caterpillar, currently trading about $338.52. They are in the industrial sector. Dividend yield is a 1.54%. Annual payout is $5.20. And then payout ratio is very low, 23.74%. 5-year CAGR is an 8.61%. And dividend growth over 30 years. They do pay out quarterly. They'll pay you $1.30 every single quarter. If we do look at the history and we scroll down, you'll see that in 2023, they were paying on the second quarter $1.20, and then on the third quarter $1.30. On 2022, they were paying $1.11, and then on the third quarter they raised it to $1.20. So typically the third quarter is when they announce a dividend raise. And if we look to the right, you'll see that the third quarter is actually announced around June 14th, 2023, and then the last one was June 8th, 2022. So probably the first or second week of June is when we should see a raise from Caterpillar. Let's go ahead and move on to the third one guys, which is ticker symbol TGT, Target Corporation, currently trading about $156.16. They are in the consumer staple sector, and on the dividend yield, it is a 2.82% dividend yield. Annual payout is $4.40, and then payout ratio is 49.16%. 5-year CAGR is actually pretty good. It's in the double digit, which is what I typically try to aim to hold companies like that. That's 11.44%. Dividend growth is over 55 years. Very impressive. They do pay out quarterly, which they pay you out at $1.10. And then if we do look at the dividend history, I can kind of show you guys what we think we'll get a dividend raise. Then you'll see if we look at 2022, actually, for example, on the second quarter, they're paying actually 0.90, so 90 cents, and then on the third quarter they raised it to $1.08. And then if we do look on 2023, second quarter they're paying $1.08, and in the third quarter $1.10, so they raised it then. If we look to the right, the third quarter is typically announced on June 15th, 2023, June 9th, 2022. So potentially right around the second week of June is when we should see this dividend raise announced, if they do plan to do one. Let's go ahead and move on to the fourth one, guys, which is ticker symbol DRI, Darden Restaurants Inc. Currently trading about $150.39. They are in the consumer discretionary. Dividend yield is a 3.48%. Annual payout, they do pay out $5.24. Payout ratio is a little bit on the higher end, 58.16%. 5-year CAGR is a double digit, so that's 11.80%. And then dividend growth 2 years is what it's showing. Quarterly they do pay out, and that is $1.31 every single quarter. If we do look at the dividend history, we can kind of see that back in 2022 they were paying on the second quarter $1.10. On this third quarter they raised it to $1.21. And then if we do look at 2023, second quarter $1.21, and third quarter $1.31. If we do look to the right, you'll see that typically the third quarter gets announced around June 22nd, 2023. And then we do have June 23rd, 2022. And so typically probably towards the end of June is when we should see a dividend raise from this company. Let's go ahead and move on to the fifth one, which is ticker symbol KR, the Kroger company, currently trading about $52.37. They are in the consumer staples. The dividend yield is actually 2.22%. If we look at the annual payout is $1.16. Payout ratio is 23.74%. And then on the 5-year CAGR, a whopping double-digit 5-year CAGR here, guys, 15.68%. Very, very awesome there. Dividend growth 16 years is what they've been growing their dividend. They do pay out quarterly, which is 29 cents. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are a Kroger shareholder. Definitely would love to know how long have you guys been holding this company. This is such an impressive 5-year double-digit CAGR, and look at this impressive payout ratio. Definitely makes me feel like I need to research this company some more. But if we do look here, guys, on the dividend history, you'll see that if we do look at 2022, you'll see that at Q2 they were paying 21 cents. Q3 they raised it to 26 cents. 2023 they were paying on Q2 26 cents, and in the third quarter they raised it to 29 cents. So we are on the third quarter, and so they typically announced that last year on June 22nd, 2023 and June 23rd, 2022. So towards the end of June is when we should see a dividend raise from Kroger, if they do plan to announce one. Let's go ahead and move on to the last one, guys, which is ticker symbol UNH, the United Health Group Incorporated, currently trading about $495.37. They are in the healthcare sector. Dividend yield is a 1.52%. Annual payout is $7.52. Payout ratio very low, 29.18%. Double-digit 5-year CAGR, guys, is a 15.87%. Very, very impressive there. And then dividend growth is 14 years. They do pay out quarterly, which they would pay you out $1.88. And then if we do look at the dividend history, you guys can kind of see that for 2022 they were paying on Q1 $1.45, and then on Q2 they raised it to $1.65. Right now on 2023, Q1 $1.65, Q2 $1.88, and then you'll see that we are in Q1, so we're getting ready for Q2. If we look to the right, you'll see that Q2 typically gets announced June 7th, 2023 and June 8th, 2022. So probably around the end of the first week of June is when we should see an announcement from United Health Group if they do plan to raise their dividend this year. But this actually wraps up all the companies, guys. Let me know if you guys own any of these great companies that are expected to announce dividend raises. Let's go ahead and jump over to the Google Sheets, guys, so we can kind of wrap up this video and see how much we grew the dividend snowball. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, so we're here at the dashboard on my Google Sheets. I already have a copy of this over here, so we can kind of see see the difference when we kick off the scripts. On the options premium, again, we made $0, but rate of return, we are at 3.52%. On the options itself, you'll see that for the full month of May, we collected $0 in premium, which is right here as well. Hopefully month of June is a little bit better. We collected a little bit of premium. Those little crumbs do add up over time. On the dividend payout, we do have a couple companies that have announced dividends. We can actually go ahead and see if any companies announced new dividends. So if we go ahead and click on get latest dividends, give it a second or two, this will get wiped and it'll go out and parse out the new companies, or if there's any new ones that announced in my portfolio. Looks like there's actually none. We are going to be going ex-dividend date on a couple: Waste Management and Meta and Nvidia. I guess Nvidia already bought some. Google's going to go ex-dividend date as well, so I'll be purchasing some hopefully next week. We'll see what happens. But on the payouts, we should be getting payout very soon with Microsoft and Visa. And from there, it's going to be very awesome. I can't wait to see that. If we do look here, guys, on the settings, you'll go ahead and actually delete this, and we can jump over to Empower, so we can grab the latest version of my portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week. So let's go ahead and jump over there. All right, guys, so we're at Empower on my Schwab account. Click on the Copy Holdings button. It's a green button that actually copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard. We can jump back over to the Google Sheets, right click, paste special values only. I do have tutorials for all this stuff, guys, completely available for free. But anyways, this is an old copy of my portfolio from last week. Once you go to Portfolio Tools, update portfolio holdings, click on it. This will get wiped. It'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. So let's go ahead and do that. Give it a second or two. There it goes. We can jump back over here to the dashboard. Everything is being auto calculated, and looks like it's done, guys. You'll see on the dividend yield, we're at 1.71% on the dividend yield compared to last week 1.70%. That is because maybe we did get a small pullback on the portfolio, and then yield on cost, we're at 1.94% still. Nothing changed there. On the yearly, we are actually making, or projected to make, $4,241 compared to $4,235. So we went up by $6 there. On the month, we are actually going to be making $353.45 now, so pretty cool. On the weekly, we're actually making 11 cents more now, $81.56 on the week. On the day, we're making 2 pennies more. So every day that goes by, we're making 2 more pennies. The portfolio passively, we're making $11.62. On the hourly, we're still making 48 cents every single hour that goes by. And then on the 40-hour work week, guys, we're actually making $2.04. This is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $2.04. We'll eventually get this to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes, guys. Definitely going to be a huge milestone when we do achieve it. But this is actually all I have for you guys. Again, don't forget to subscribe with the notification. Drop a big thumbs up on the video, definitely appreciate it. And if you stuck all the way to their end, let me know by dropping a hashtag raises, because we are expecting to get some pretty good raises in some great companies. Let me know if you own any of them. Definitely would love to know. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.